Welcome back, everyone. This is Andy here on the Lawson Farm. I know I made a video about mowing hay, but I never did really get a chance to make a video on raking it or baling it or tedding it or anything like that. So today I thought it'd make a good video. I'm using my old 1948 model John Deere B tractor to rake hay here, and this tractor works pretty good to rake hay. It works tricycle wheel, it turns real sharp, and it's just a good tractor to do this with. And we also have my New Holland 256 rollbar rake. So first off, I'm going to kind of go over things with you in case you don't know how raking hay works. So I'll take you up and show you the rake and the tractor and stuff. But as you can see here, I've already went a couple of rounds around this field, and we've got another bigger field over here behind me that I've already finished. It's been one more time trying to make hay this year. It's been raining all the time. And so this hay right here is actually a little on the old side. I mean, it done got too old before we got to mow it, but wasn't nothing we could do. It's just rained, and this hay right here has actually done been rained on one time. The night I mowed it, it had about a half inch of rain that come down on it in about 30 minutes. It just flat poured about midnight that night. But it don't look like it hurt it that bad. It looks pretty good, actually. So this field here is mainly nothing but fescue and clover. This is actually some really good hay here. I really wish I could have got it before it got as old as it did, but it's still gonna make some really good hay. It does still have a little bit of wet stuff in it when I'm raking it up, so I'm gonna leave it raked up in the windrow for probably an hour or so before I actually come back and bale it. I'm just kicking up some wet spots here and there. But that's to be expected because it's just been so wet and everything, the ground's damp, everything, the humidity's been high. Nothing has been in the favor of us getting this hay done. So we'll walk around here and show you the rake and the tractor. So this is a 256 New Holland rollbar rake. If you're not familiar with a hay rake like this, those bars running across there will spin just like this and kick all the hay over to the side. And it's ground driven, so you see here, this drive shaft runs on the tires, or runs off of the wheel, and it comes up here to a gearbox, and it turns that those bars around and around to rake the hay over. So look at that. I just found a piece of wire laying out here in the middle of the hayfield. Glad I stopped here to make this video. But anyways, then to put it in gear, you just push that back and that cable releases, and it makes this piece right here kick back, and it actually puts that gearbox in gear. Then you can adjust the up and down on the with those crank arms right there. Then of course, if you hadn't already seen my other video about this tractor, this is my 1948 model, it's a B model tractor. We just picked that up back in the spring, and so far I really like that tractor. It's just a fun little tractor to run around on. So you can see right here, I actually made about 3 rounds around this field before I come backwards. So like, I'll kick everything to the inside of the field, just like I'm starting to do right here. Kick it to the inside of the field, and once you get a fairly decent sized windrow, which this is a windrow right here. You call it a windrow because it puts the hay up into a row and the wind can blow through it. So it's called a windrow. You can see right here where I've kicked up a little bit of green hay. You know, that's still just a little on the damp side, but it's drying, it's hot out here. Right there's some more, another spot of green that it kicked up. But for the most part, this hay is dry. It's in perfect shape. But like I was saying, you'll kick this up to, it depends on how thick your hay is, really. Some fields I've been where you can make one lap around the field and you have to go back and kick that windrow out. And when you do that, when you kick it out, that separates it from the rest of the hay so that you can come along with your baler to pick it up. But this hay right here is working out to about 3 rounds, and then I'll go back and break it. Sometimes 2 rounds. The middle part right here is a little bit thicker, so it might just go 2 rounds. But I'm gonna set the camera up here and let you guys watch me rake some hay. One thing I'd like to mention, when you're raking hay, it's a good time to inspect your fields and throw the sticks out and the rocks out, because everything's mowed down. You can see it. Your rake may pull it into the windrow. Knees not so much, but one like that right there could possibly tear up your baler. Most likely a baler would just chomp those up, no problem. But yeah, once you get into the bigger stuff, you don't want that going through your hay baler. It'll cause some problems real fast. Alright, so I'm pretty much done with this field. I ended up doing a little different than what I just explained to you in the beginning. I said you should make maybe 2 or 3 rounds around the field. Well, I ended up just going out and then going back, because normally I wouldn't do that. But I was kicking up so much green stuff in this hay, I didn't want to make the windrow too thick so that green stuff could actually dry out. Let me explain a little bit about this hay to you. You can see how it's got a darker color to it. Well, one thing is this long stemmy stuff you see here. This is the stuff that had done got pretty much too old. Like, this was pretty much this color when I mowed it. But down deep, like down low, it had all of this thick clover, and that clover dries up dark. Like right there's a piece of it. But that clover dries up dark. And then another thing is because it got rained on. Hay gets darker when it gets rained on. But it's a pretty good batch of hay here. This field's probably only about 2 acres. It's not very big. And we're actually on a neighbor's property that joins the backside of my farm. My garden is just through those woods there. But yeah, right here is a good example of some green that I kicked up. And see, that's laid right out here. It's turned upside down, laid out here so the sun can cook it and get that dried out. And hopefully here in a couple hours, I'll be out here baling this stuff. But I hadn't decided yet whether I'm going to square bale this hay or if I'm going to round bale it. I may just round bale it because I'll be honest with you, I don't feel like picking up any square bales. But I do need some more square baled hay because that's what we feed our goats, and it's just easy to throw into them, you know, every evening when you feed instead of having to put a whole round bale in or something. Anyways, I don't know what we're going to do yet. I may end up just round baling it all just so I can get it up and be done with it. But I think over here total on this farm is probably ain't maybe 5 acres of hay, and most of it was really good hay. Actually, that hay up there on the other field was better than this hay. But anyways, I appreciate y'all watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. There's one last shot of the old Poppin' Johnny there with the 256 hook to it, and we will catch you guys on the next one.